Alright, we're going to start drawing superheroes. And as promised, I have my decapitated heads. Let's talk about drawing a head. What shape is a head? Is it a circle? No. It's more of an egg, but the other way around. But it does start with a circle, so let's start there.
I also want to talk about this line, the orientation line. It goes straight down the middle of the face, through the nose, the mouth, and the chin, and it tells us which way the head is facing. When the line moves to the right, we know that the head is moved to the right. This line can also help us visualize more complex angles. You may notice underneath some comic book artists there is a blue line. That's because blue is a light color and easy to erase or remove. So if I'm using a blue line, it just means I'm drawing very lightly. We're going to draw a head that's facing us, with a line right down the middle. Because it's facing us, the chin's going to be symmetrical, so let's draw the chin. Now this line is going to symbolize where the eyes go. The next line is going to help us visualize where the nose goes, and then the mouth, the ears, and I'm going to add some extra lines so we can tell that this is a head. Also a few hairlines. Here are the basic or construction lines for a head. You have the shape of the head or the circle, your orientation line, the eye line, the nose line, the mouth line, your chin, and your hairlines. Oh, and your ears. Let's start adding to and refining the artwork. First we'll do the eyes.
Remember, it's important to visualize the basic shape underneath the object you're drawing. In this case, an eyeball.
We have our circle. Now we're going to draw the eyelid. Remember there's a ball underneath, so the eyelids will fold over the ball. Alright, I'm going to erase the parts of the ball you probably won't see. A quick tip to drawing pupils: it will rest underneath the eyelid, so cut off the top of it a little bit. Alright, let's start darkening and refining some of these lines. And notice I'm always erasing and correcting my lines. Another tip for pupils: to really take them the extra step, show a glare of light. Remember when drawing the companion eye that glare or light will be in the same spot. When drawing eyelashes, remember there's actually a small lip that contains the eyelash. And on the top eyelid, you probably won't see a lip, so the eyelashes just come from the bottom of the line. I'm going to darken and refine a lot of my lines. Here's something a little bit more complex, but will really make your eyes stand out. We're going to use hatching in the iris of the eye. Basically, you're going to lay down a lot of horizontal lines at the top, close together, leaving very little paper underneath, if at all. And then as you move down the iris, you're going to space your lines out until there are none at all, creating a gradient of light. And there's an eyeball. Next is the nose, and there's a lot of ways to draw a nose. But basically, you're going to start with 3 shapes. The nostrils are going to be circles, but the middle shape is determined by the character. Let's use a diamond shape this time. The bridge of a nose can be represented by a rectangle if drawn at all. Using shape to form, let's give the nose depth. If we move one of our circles or nostrils over, it helps us visualize what the nose would look like at an angle. The mouth is the same process, a series of circles or shapes, and then refining those lines until you have an image you're somewhat happy with. So I'm going to lay down a nose and a mouth. The chin, ears, and the rest of the head. But something's missing. Hair. To give your character hair, it's easier to visualize the hair as clumps or layers laid around your character's head.
That's what we're actually going to use these heads for. I'm going to give them some hair.
So let's use some clay as an example. I usually start with the sideburns and the hairline. And then, from their hairline, I'll layer on more clumps of hair. It's actually the same process of creating the basic shape and then refining the lines. Alright, let's apply that concept to our drawing. We're going to draw the hairline. Now I'm thinking about the layers I'm going to do for this person's hair. Let's do something like Superman. And now let's apply it to the drawing. Alright, you got the basic shape of the hair. Let's add the locks. Let's refine the details. You do that by drawing subtle individual hairs coming from the hairline to represent locks of hair. Alright, so let's draw some construction lines. And darken and refine the lines and erase the ones we don't want. Boom, Superman. I'm going to add some details. Now let's draw a figure by repeating the process. We're going to use the mannequin.